Hey ladies, it's Nikki Fahey, and I wanted to make a video talking about pretty much my story with Younique and how I found them, why I started, and pretty much my journey through just about my first year with the company. So I'm 27 and I am a mother of two girls, a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old, and I have been a stay-at-home mom for a little over 4 years. And my husband is a police officer here in our town, and he is the sole provider for our family. And he works very hard. He works 12-hour shifts, goes to court, serves warrants. I mean, he's not home a lot, but he works a lot. And unfortunately, police officers do not make, you know, the best kind of money that we would desire for heroes like that. So I spent, you know, the first couple years of being pregnant and having children and everything, nursing and just being a basic stay-at-home mom wife. And I really wanted to branch out and try to get back in the work field or do something where I was able to contribute to our financial gain. And I felt like my husband had a lot of pressure on him to take care of 4 people. And it was really hard, and we struggle a lot, even to this day. I decided to kind of look around into like work from home opportunities, and I had found something that was posted in my local yard sale group that was for like an eco-friendly product company. And I went ahead and joined with them, and their commission was like starting out at like 7%, and you'd get paid once a month. Auto ship, I mean, it was a disaster. Like, I had to spend $80 every month to maintain being in this company. And I think the most I earned with them was about like $50, and I worked for them for 3 months. And living here in the country, you know, in the backwoods here, eco-friendly stuff is not exactly on high demand. I mean, I didn't have a customer base to exactly go to, and the products were pretty pricey. They were great products, but I just couldn't sell it, and I couldn't recruit. I mean, it was just a dead end, and I gave them so much money to stay with them. I mean, it was a loss. And so I stayed with them until I started them in July and stayed with them till about Halloween. And so about 3 months. Well, I was going to post an ad in the Lawrence County yard sale group about, you know, this company and what I can offer people. And I happened to see a post from a lady named Brianna Richardson, and it was showing this awesome before and after of the 3D Fiber Lash Mascara. And I've wore fake lashes at that time for well over 7 years, and I was very intrigued about the product, you know, and it didn't seem like 29 bucks was very expensive or anything like that, you know. And so I contacted her about the mascara, and she gave me the information that I needed about that, and she also told me about the business opportunity. So I was like, okay, you know, this is interesting. And she told me, you know, no auto ship, nothing, just no requirement, no fees. With the other company, I had to pay like 20 bucks a month for the website. I mean, I was losing like $100 a month to that other business just to be in it. So I talked to my husband about it, and, you know, he offered me, he's like, well, Nikki, we can either pay out this, you know, $100 this month, or we can just, you know, you quit doing that and just put it into this other business. You love makeup, you know, you're looking for something like this, and if we don't have to pay anything, you know, out of pocket requiredly every month, give it a shot. And so I did, and I went ahead and I canceled my employment or whatever with this other company, which I had to fax them and do all this crazy stuff. Like, it was ridiculous. So I joined Younique, and the first month was pretty well. I mean, I did like what I saw Brianna do, and I went and posted in like some yard sale groups and stuff, or buy, sell, trade, whatever, just sharing about the mascara. And within about my first month and a half, you know, into later, that would be November, I promoted to yellow. And so I sold $1,000 in mascara in like a month and a half. And it was awesome. It was very like rewarding. Like I was actually selling and making a little bit of money. And so I was pretty much sold on it, and I wanted to see, you know, where it was going to go. So of course, Christmas time came around, and wanted to see my family up in North Georgia. And so my focus was kind of more on family time, and, you know, I suffer depression and anxiety, and sometimes I would have my spells where I just kind of wouldn't really be very motivated and kind of in a shell. So December and January, I didn't really do anything, and I regret that so much, that I let myself and my personal issues and feelings, whatever, stop me there for a little bit. You know, I really regret that so much, because there's no telling what would have came out of those 2 months if I had still been doing what I was doing in November, maintained the excitement and curiosity, just everything. You know, I was presenter 3,301 when I joined. So, I mean, that's a very small number in a direct sales company. Like, that's so small. And anyway, so February, tax season. So I talked to my husband, and, you know, I was like, I would really like to invest in getting more products. I mean, I don't feel comfortable selling stuff or promoting stuff that I'm not really using. And I'm using other people's pictures and ads to promote this. It's not very genuine to me. So I went ahead when taxes came in, I invested a lot, like over $1,000. And I got tons of stuff. I got stuff to sell on hand, you know, this and that. So it went okay, you know, it went good. I had really high hopes to be into this arts and crafts local event for St. Patrick's Day, and that was something I was aiming for, was to have stuff to sell and stuff to show to potential customers at this event. I applied and everything for it and was denied to do it, maybe because of the products. And so that I kind of got left stuck with a bunch of stuff, and wasn't really sure what I was going to do then, because my goal from the beginning was I didn't want to have a desk job and just sit on a computer. I wanted to actually have a face for these products and for what I'm doing. I wanted people to actually know me. And I've only lived here in my area for about 4.5 years, so I don't have history with people. I literally had to start from scratch and, you know, get to know people and get my name out there, out from underneath, you know, oh, that's the cop's wife, you know, type of thing. And so I pushed it, and I was able to arrange a party and stuff like that later down the road by just not giving up and pushing as hard as I could. And you'll understand what I'm talking about someday about that. And this is just giving you a gist of what I went through and where I've been, because I have not always been successful. I can tell you that much. So in March, because I sat there through February after this whole not being accepted to the St. Patrick's Day Festival. And I'm like, I've got to think of something to do to get noticed or something. I've got to do something completely out of the box and get people interested. Nobody else here besides me and my best friend were doing this. I mean, nobody even heard of any of it. So, I mean, this was like, I had to get it known. So I, you know, went ahead and thought about it, and March 5th is the anniversary of my dad's death. And he had passed away from liver cancer, and it was going to be the 20-year anniversary. And my mom, you know, she lives hours away. It's tough to deal with something like that, and I don't really have my family to, you know, celebrate or experience it with. Like, closely. So I was like, you know what? Because it's a 20-year anniversary, and, you know, I think I'm going to have an idea to do something to give back to people, women who have suffered something like this, you know, in honor of my dad. I know my dad wouldn't want me to be sitting here crying. He would want me to do something to make me happy and to celebrate. So I went ahead and promoted for, if I can sell 8 sets of fiber lashes in this month, or every 8 lashes sold, I would give a free one to either a person who survived cancer or was currently going through it. Something like that was my mission and was my goal. And, you know, I wish I could have gave away more than one, but I was still very satisfied at the end of the month that I was able to do one. And I felt like it got good recognition. I thought it put me out there as an individual and as a person in my personal life, and sharing my heart with people, and just trying to make the best of a situation where most of us probably would have been sad. So I got to meet this lady, and her name was Tracy Welch Kennedy. I've never met her before. You know, I just contacted her, found out about her through somebody on Facebook, and told her what I was doing. And, you know, I promoted for her. I wanted to get her a free lash or free mascara. And so when it happened, I went to her office and I met her, and I brought her a bunch of goodies and all kinds of stuff. And it just was awesome. Like, I felt empowered, and that's how Younique wants you to feel. They want you to feel like you've accomplished something, like you've really pushed yourself and you've been truly rewarded, even if it's not just about money and paying a bill or something. There's a personal gratification, I believe, that Younique wants you to experience. And it was an incredible moment. Like, I was so happy that I accomplished it. And so that went really well. In April, I got my first in-home party arranged. And this right here, I messed up. I had never done anything like that before. And I didn't, I guess, explain detailed enough or something to the hostess as to, you know, about when the orders that are through online contribute to the party points. And I had still some of that stock left over from this festival thing that didn't work out for me, that I had brought them with me in hopes of just selling them so I could at least make my money back instead of holding on to them. So I went to her house and to her party, and, you know, I said, like, I explained the situation and what was going on and what they, you know, if you want to order online, you can. And I must have made the mistake and was not very clear about the stuff that I had there. If they wanted to buy it and have it now at a little bit of a cheaper price, that it was not going to contribute. And some people had bought some stuff online, some people had bought stuff from me right there in person. And it was awful. Like, the next day I talked to her and she was extremely disappointed, and I wish that she had told me while I was there, of course, that, you know, what's the deal with this? But I had no idea what I was doing. I I could have reached out to Brianna and all of that, but I thought that I knew what I was doing. And it didn't end very well. I offered her refunds. I offered the people everything that I could. Nobody wanted to take it. They were very resentful towards it. And it was just not a good situation. And it really threw me off for like over a month. I was just like, how do I fix that? I mean, I obviously can't, but what do I do now? Like, I was scared to do any other in-homes because I didn't know how a person was going to be to me. They were very, very cruel, and, you know, it was awful. So in May, which is my birthday month, you know, I was tight on funds and everything like that. Couldn't really invest into doing a whole lot. And it was very slow. Like, I think I had maybe a couple purchases. I mean, it was very slow. And of course, I didn't have really the motivation because I was so dwelling on what happened with the hostess lady that I really just didn't know what I needed to do and where I needed to go from there. So, in June was a transitional month for me, and a friend of mine who used to kind of be like my chiropractor doctor, I was in an accident when I was pregnant and had some back problems from the accident, and so she worked on me, and this is how I met her. And she's always been very supportive to me, even with that prior business that I used to do. And she had reached out to me and was wanting to know more about some products, and she ended up buying tons of stuff. She wanted to do an in-home party, which I believe was in July. And it was just the positivity that I needed. I needed somebody to come to me and be open. Not me going and chasing people, but when people are watching, they're watching what you're doing. And you always need to give them something to watch. You don't need to post the negativity. You need to keep it positive so that way they're interested. If you're negative about, oh my gosh, I didn't have any sales this month, how's that going to make you look to other people, whether you know them or not? It's going to make you look kind of dumb, and they're not going to take you seriously. So she was what I needed. She really put that fire back underneath me of, okay, Nikki, I can do this. Like, I can totally accomplish whatever I am going to accomplish. And so I had about $850 in sales that month. And that was the best that I had since when I first started in October, November time. I mean, it was a big deal. And I can't thank her enough for that. So that was a wonderful month, and I think at that time I ended that month with 27 presenters underneath me. So I had so many in my front line who signed up under me, but I had way more as a downline through the people below me. And July was the best month that I've ever had. I mean, tons of people were joining everybody. Just everybody was signing up. Everybody was recruiting. A lot of people were selling. It was a very beneficial month. And I did her in-home for Miss April. I did her in-home, and I wanted to do something different with it than what I did the last time, because I was like, I can't make the same mistake, So I made sure I definitely had her understanding, I'm not bringing anything to sell. I'm never doing that again. So whatever people want to buy, they're ordering it online. So no matter what, it goes underneath you. And I did a makeover party. So I continued to prep for it and to buy for it, to have various things for everybody to try and test. And I can't emphasize enough how brilliant of an idea that was. Everybody who attended her party, which I think was about 8 or 9 people, purchased. So I suggest and highly recommend building your own stash, your own collection, and aiming for a testing party for people to actually touch it, feel it, smell it, try it, whatever. That is what you need to do. And I know it takes time to build up on products and stuff like that. Just have that as a goal, because I promise it was the transition. It was the light bulb epiphany moment for me as to what I needed to change. If I wanted to be the local lash lady and known for that, then I had to have people try it. I had to be willing to do whatever it took to get that identity with them. And there was a couple ladies who came to the party who didn't even wear makeup at all, but we still did makeovers, we still let them play with it. They still left, and bought, the skincare. I mean, it doesn't matter if the people aren't into wearing makeup. You can still captivate them with just the skincare alone. And there's no limit on who, will or will not order. Let them try it and see what happens. They might know somebody. So with July, my sales ended at about $1,100. So I breached $1,000 that month. I mean, it was incredible. Like I couldn't even wrap my mind around it for a while. I had 3 personal ladies sign up with me that month. And Brianna, who's my sponsor, who's one of the most famous ones in the entire company, was doing an incentive for her team that whoever achieved 3 recruits and at least $500 personal retail sales, that when that happened, that they would get like a free collection or a free business bundle or whatever. Like they would get something as like a prize and as a reward for working so hard. So, I mean, it was literally the last day of the month that my 3rd recruit joined me. And I got to inbox Brianna and I told her I did it. Like, I did it, you know? Is there still like a prize available? Like, I can't believe I did this. And sure enough, I got to pick out from her whatever collection I wanted. So I picked I Want It All because I've always wanted that one. And I needed to restock on some various products. So I got a $200 collection for free for literally busting my ass that month. I mean, it was incredible. It was just exactly the momentum and achievement that I needed to really get back that excitement and just rewarding feeling. I loved it. I was so proud of myself, and it was super duper awesome. Like it was awesome. August, currently, one more day left. Currently, I told you guys from the beginning of the month, I am not in August me. I am not pushing sales. I am not, whatever happens, happens. I'll promote a little bit, but I'm not like hammering it the way that I normally do. I think I had like 1 party or maybe 2 or something, but it was not my focus because since the end of June, 17 people have joined my team. 17. Okay, like, I realized, okay, I need to help everybody because I don't want people quitting. I don't want people being misleaded by seeing me in July and seeing that I did really well, because it doesn't always work that way. Like, I'm just a normal person and I just had a good month. I mean, it was just something that happened. So my focus for August has been to just break out of my shell, help other people, encourage other people. That has been what I've wanted to do by making that group, my pinup group, posting in it, informational videos, doing my own research on how to network market and just really branching myself out as how I can be the best team leader that I can be. That's why I'm here making this video. And I'm not comfortable sitting here making this video. I'm very nervous. And, I just don't want y'all getting the wrong idea that because I'm the team leader of this chain here, that I am like seriously rocking it, because it hasn't been that way. I had to like fight for it. I had to fight myself to get to where I'm at right now. And that's something I need you guys to understand. It's not going to happen overnight, no matter how bad we want it. And I am one of those. I am obsessed with Younique. It's all I think about. It's all I dream about. Like, I want to be as far as I can with it, as much as I possibly can. It's my mission. It's my goal. Like, this was given to me for a reason. And that's why I've never quit. And I haven't made, I know I have made well over $1,000 in commission in this about, almost a year that I've been doing this. Some of it I've been able to recycle back into the business, but most of it, because of my husband's single income, I've had to use it for diapers, gas, bills, or food. I mean, it had to go somewhere to help provide for my family. But that was my goal with this, was to have that extra money. Not me going and being away from my kids for 8 hours, trying to find some kind of babysitter and, you know, wearing myself out. Just, I'm grateful still for the little bit that I've achieved. I am blue status. I promoted 3 times since I started to, it was February. So around tax season when everybody, you know, was able to buy and everybody was having money, I promoted those 3 times. So I've been stuck at blue for like 6-7 months, stuck. But I never gave up. You know, my goal is to hit green before the end of the year. That is what I want. And that's a big deal. That's $10,000 team sales in 1 month. My team is currently at 5,500 or 50, I think 5,600 actually. So it's coming. It is coming, and I'm not quitting yet. Okay, like September, big deal. This is not the period of time that you want to be depressed. This is not the period of time that you want your anxiety to be affecting you. This is not the period of time where you want to be sad and dwelling on stuff in your own life. This is the time to push it. The products that we have coming out are, most of them are the first time ever products that we've ever had. Some of them have been made to be better. It's a big deal. It's huge. Like, take advantage of it. You know, push it, push it, push it. Get yourself the next promotion that you want. Get yourself the whatever amount of income that you need that month. Whatever it is, it's on you. There's no boss standing above you saying, you know, Jane Doe, it's time to clock in, and then it's time for you to clock out. Younique is about a 24/7 thing. I mean, you can get in contact with people at 1 o'clock in the morning. Are you going to sit there because you're tired and you want to go to bed and refuse them of a sale or of details about a product? Heck no, you're not. If you do, your mind is not in this. Okay? And I know it's sacrificing and stuff like that, but you're never going to get anywhere unless it's a very slow, snail-paced, you know, speed. You're not going to get anywhere unless you put every single thing that you have into it. Obsess over it. Be possessive. This is your business. And you're in charge of where it's going to go. And if you fail, it's your fault. And I mean, I'm a harsh critic here because I know I've suffered and damned myself and punished myself time and time again for lack of success. And it didn't get me anywhere in those months. It did not. You know, it's just not worth it to think that way. And trust me, I have so much going on right now currently in my life that I feel like I'm just being tested. I'm being told, you know, Nikki, how bad do you want this? You know, I'm going to wave this little bad luck black cloud in front of your face right now, but are you going to push through it or are you going to sit there and cry about it like normal? No, I'm not. I love Younique for bringing so much more confidence into my spirit than what I've ever had. I don't feel like I battle with myself as much as I used to. I'm so much more confident. I'm sitting here making a video. Like, I mean, I would never do that before. I really want to encourage everybody. I don't care if you're not my front line. If you're down there somewhere under somebody else, I want you guys to understand this is on you. You're not going to have success if you don't try. You're not going to learn from a mistake if you don't have one. It's all trial and error. You know, it's very different to have your own business like this as opposed, like I said, to going and driving to work and clocking in and being told what to do. You're your boss. You're your drive. I mean, if you fail, it is your fault. It's your fault that you didn't have success that month, for the most part. You know, sometimes people are just broke, and that's fine. But if you really got sucked into your your personal issues and stuff like that, or let people affect you, or whatever you deal with in your life and it rolls over into your business, you need to cut ties with it because it's going to hold you back. And then you're going to be sitting here like me with regrets of the months that I spared because of the way I was feeling and where I was mentally and emotionally at that time. You will regret it. I mean, we're at over 80,000 people now between multiple countries. It's a feeding frenzy, and you can't waste any time on it because they'll go find another presenter. They will. That's reality. So you need to stand out, make the change, promote positivity to people, not the negative. If you had a bad day and something bad happened and you post it on Facebook, make sure you post it with a joke or something, a punchline after it. Everybody has their times. You can't, we're not perfect, but they're watching you. They want, not to see you fail, but they expect for you to quit. And when they see you months and months later still doing it and maybe even notice your growth, they'll come around. I promise you that. I promise. I've seen it. I mean, I'm not just rambling and running my mouth here. I mean, I've really got to witness how this is going to work. I hope that this video is helpful and, that you see my passion. You know where I've been through. I mean, I wrote out an outline and everything to really make sure I didn't leave anything out because I'm not, about to be black status or anything like that. Like, I had to work really hard to be at where I'm at, and I'm not done yet. So I appreciate you watching. I hope that it was enlightening and, really makes you kind of invert to yourself and evaluate yourself and maybe what you're doing, what you're not doing, and just kind of change the way you think is what I really hope. You got any questions or anything like that, let me know. Y'all got my number. I'm always here, no matter what. I love you guys. Y'all have a great day. Bye.